Hello there. If you watched yesterday's part one video, I'm hoping it was actually uploaded for part. I'm pretty sure I have my schedule set in my head for when I'm going to post these. But part one showed what I picked up, the cheapest books. I guess you can sort of the cheapest books. So these ones are still. I didn't spend more than $5 on any book when I went to this. So it's Edmonton Collector Con, Toy and Comic Show. I can't do this. My brain is. So, went on June 8th and picked up a bunch of books. And I took only $60 with me. And I limited myself to things I really wanted or things that were reasonably priced. And I have to. I have a little story. Hopefully, I'll have time at the end to. We'll see. Anyway, this one might end up being just as long, but there aren't as many books. Mainly, we're going to start with these books here. These are all Alpha Flight books, but I bought these from a vendor I actually know. I'm sorry, man, I can't remember your name off the top of my head. He actually has a cool name. It's like Ethan or something. I don't think it's Ethan or something. I really should have wrote it down or had him write it down. But I had seen him at the Old Strathcona Antique Mall's parking lot sale. I had picked up my copy of Alpha Flight #1 from him, Canadian price variant, Alpha Flight #1. A couple and a book that was a Scotty Young cover. So, and I had was talking to him at the show, the comic show, toy and comic show. And I was making the rounds. I went around because the show has 2 different rooms. So I went and he says, hey, and we were talking. And I said, well, I'll come back because I want to make a full circuit and see what there is. And he says, yeah. We're here till 4 o'clock. You have time. So I went around, saw everything, found the 50-cent books from the previous video and the $5 books that are really cool that you're going to see in a minute. But I wanted to make sure I picked something up from him. And he had more Alpha Flight books. We have issue number 68 of Alpha Flight, and these are all in immaculate condition. They all have a price tag of $3 on them, but it's like you could pick 4 books and pay only $10. I think is how it worked. I'm remembering correctly. Yes. So there was that, and there was issue number 69. And I don't know if any of these are keys or not. I don't believe they are. Issue number 70. And he had issue number 101. That was cool. I love collecting Marvel books when it's like getting close to the end of the run and they haven't been printed as much. So those were cool finds to get. Now, and there was, I believe, like I said, I think each one of those was priced at $3, but it was like if you bought 4, you got them for 10. I think that's how it was. I forget your name, man. I'm really sorry. I should have memorized your name. But I don't think it's Ethan. I think it's something else. Sorry, guy. Sorry, man. Now, these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I think this was 6 books for $10. I think. I can't remember. But anyways, starting off with Eternals #1. J. Scott Campbell. So I saw that and was like, yes, I'm taking that. And next up, we have more J. Scott Campbell. Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. You see any damsels around red? It's like, not a one, Hardy. So there you go. Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. All right, now, that's the last of the J. Scott Campbell books. That vendor also had some really good older Superman books and X-Men books. Not like really old X-Men books, I wish. But he did have issue number 238 of Uncanny X-Men. This is a great cover. I love this one. And issue number 292. Great cover with Bishop on it, Colossus. Shout out to the Colossus collector. And that's Jean Grey on there. I'm pretty sure that's Jean Grey on there, right? It's from they were in like Age of Apocalypse. I don't know. I'm sure Colossus and Mike and all that, they could know exactly what that issue is off the top of their head, but that's not me. All right, and the next two books, these are not the last of the books. I have 3 more to show, and I will do those last. But I also, one of these books is actually I think a Silver Age book. But first up, we have Superman number 12, and this is, I saw this cover being shown. I think it was Matt showed this, and I thought, oh, that's just so cool. I gotta get that. So, and it's like Superman. It's like Superman's lost love or something like that. I can't remember if it introduces some sort of character or something like that. I don't remember. Matt, you let me know in the comments, Matt. And the last one from that vendor, and you'll know I got all of them. They had these little green dots. If they had little green dots on them, and it was like 6 comics for $10. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But we have issue number 231 of Superman, and this is a 15 center. Yes. And I'm pretty sure it's the first appearance of this robot dude, whoever he is. And he had some other really old ones, some 20 centers, but this is the one that looked like it was in the best shape. So it was like, that is the one I decided to go for. And I think it was a good choice. Matt, you can let me know if you think that was a good choice or not. Matt's probably thinking, that was a great choice. Are you kidding me? Yeah. All right, now, the $5 books. These are all Silver Age books. They're all very low grade. I've been humming and hawing. What order do I want to show these in? And I think I'm going to show this one first. All right, I already have issue 3 of this. I found issue 3 in a dollar bin, and it was destroyed. Like, it's not in good shape. This one is a low grade as well, but it's in better shape than the one that I have. The edges on these books are all rough, and these were $5 each. And the guy wrote on the little pieces of tape, it says good. So he says this is a good condition book. So it's like, new from the creator of Conan, Call the Conqueror, issue number 2. And I have to say that one is, I think, in pretty decent shape. And especially to get that for $5 is just amazing. That's amazing. So I was very happy. And he had a whole bunch of Cull, and if I had the option of more money, I would have bought all of them. Including the issue number 3 he had, which was in better shape than the one I have. But I saw these other books, and I had to have these. In fact, the last one I'm going to show you is actually I bought from his booth before I bought this one, and then I was like, okay. Then I went look for other things, so I didn't go through and buy a whole bunch of books out of the one box right away. And I went and bought other stuff, the other stuff you've already seen. And then I went back at the end of the day and I picked up the Cull and this book. And this is a very low grade, but it is an Avengers book. It's a sub 50 Avengers book. It has its front cover is intact. I think the interior is intact, but it has no back cover. But still, we have Avengers issue number 46. That's like the first appearance of Whirlwind. So yeah, I got that for $5 Canadian. So, and looking up on Key Collector, a low grade copy of that sells for about $7 American. So I think I did pretty good on that. And you probably wonder, why was he selling these for so good? Well, he had gotten these low grade books in, and along with some other higher grade books, and he made he made bank on them basically. He sold a whole bunch. He said in the last show he had I said, well, I said, there's too bad there's not any original X-Men in here. He said, yeah, those were in there, but they went last show. So he had like old beat up X-Men, not Uncanny X-Men, X-Men from the Silver Age. But he basically sold, I don't know if he sold them for $5 a pop as well, but if he did, well, whoever you are out there who got those, congratulations. Now, this is the one I bought from him initially, and then I went back to those other two. And I saw this, I pulled it out of the box, and I was like, oh, damn, that's a Steranko cover. Oh, it's like, I was like, and it's got, he marked it as good, but it has a detached, it says FR, so like front and rear. So I think the idea is it's detached, and it doesn't, I actually opened it up and looked at it. I think the front and back covers are actually attached to it, but they're not attached to the book. Or the front cover is detached from the book, and the back cover is attached. But regardless, I mainly took it out to make sure there was no signature, and looked on the first page to make sure there was no signature on it. But this is Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #3. Yeah, $5 Canadian. That was a great find. So, I had mentioned in the comments on one of my other videos, or on one of Nate's videos, I told him I went to the show, and he says, I hope you got some great stuff. Yeah, I got some great stuff, Nate. Nate might actually prefer that Superman book, but yeah, I have to admit, I'm going to show you those again. See if I can do this without flipping them all over the place. So, good at, yeah, I would say that's some good stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to make that the thumbnail because then that'll give away too much of the video. But, yeah, I would say those are probably now the oldest books that I have from Marvel. So, yeah, I might have to redo my oldest Marvel book video. If I've even shot, I think I've shot it already. Anyways, I'm rambling. So there's those great books. You know, I have to admit, I'm really happy to get the Alpha Flight books as well. I think Alpha Flight is pretty much the one Marvel run that I want to get it all. And that I was also these great Superman books. I know these Matt from Matt Likes Comics will like that. I know Nate from Hall Yeah Comics, he'll like those as well. So, yeah. And then, of course, it was great. I got these J. Scott Campbell covers as well. Lots of great stuff. And you watched the previous video. You saw all the great 50-cent books I got and other cheap books. And I didn't, like I said, I had only $60 with me to spend. And I didn't spend it all. So it's like, and the reality is I had more than $5 left, and I could have gotten another one out of that $5 bin, and I probably should have, but I have books for Wednesday I want to buy, so and I only have so much money. All right, so there you go. There's part 2, and it's pretty much just as long or a little bit longer than part 1. Let me know what you thought of those books. I'm assuming some people will be like, those are very cool. Even that one Avengers book, even without a back cover. Who cares? Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye for now.